All right, good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to continue our science lesson looking at plant life cycles. And the three different life cycles we're going to be talking about today is the annual cycle. There's also something called the perennial cycle. And there's something called the biennial cycle. And we're going to talk briefly about what each of these different cycles mean. Now, when we have the annual cycle, we're talking about a plant that has a life cycle that only lasts 1 year. When you think of annual, think of like maybe you do something annually. You have a birthday annually. It happens for 1 year. Perennial is something that happens over many years. So it's a perennial, it's over many years. And if it's biennial, we talk about something happening biennial, we're talking only happens for 2 years. So think of that word bi meaning 2 years. In the biennial plant, in the first year, it has leaves. So in its first year, a biennial plant creates leaves. In the second year, it creates seeds, and then it dies. So those are the differences between the annual, the perennial, and the biennial. And I've included a video that explains it a little more in depth. I just want to read an article about plant life cycles. Plants, like all living things, have life cycles. All living things grow and change throughout their life cycle. Almost every plant you see outside started from a seed. Each seed contains everything needed to grow a new plant. The seeds germinate or sprout. The small new plants is called a seedling. The seedlings grow. They make flowers. The flowers make seeds for new plants. Then the plants die. Plants are classified by how long their life cycle is. Annual plants, we talked about earlier, have a life cycle of just 1 year. They sprout from seeds, grow, make seeds, and die in one growing season. Some plants that are annuals are tomatoes, marigolds, and petunias. Perennials have a life cycle of several growing seasons. These plants can grow, flower, and set seeds for many years. Some perennials are peonies, roses, and ferns. These plants may die above ground each winter, but their roots survive. In spring, new stems and leaves grow above ground from the roots. And then we have our last one, the biennial. These need 2 seasons to complete their life cycle. Biennial plants grow for 1 season. They grow leaves, stems, and roots. They don't die over the winter. During their second growing season, the plant will flower, set seeds, and then die. Some biennial plants are carrots, parsley, and sweet william. So I'm going to ask you guys some questions about some of the things I went over and the video that's also attached to this lesson. Look for the questions in Google Classroom.